Okay, in this video I'm going to demonstrate three different ways to draw a line parallel to another line and through a point. And the first method I'm going to use is the construction method shown in your book. So make sure that you have your book open. If you're using the Technical Drawing with Engineering Graphics text by Gasecki, it's on page 130, figure 4.9. And that's the one I'm going to start off with now. So make sure that you're looking at that as I go through the explanation here. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to create a circle. We're going to use circles instead of arcs, and at any convenient radius. All right, the center of our circle, the center point of our circle will reside at this point. Now, let me tell you something about points in AutoCAD. This was actually created with the point command, and to use these points, we need to have the node running object snap turned on. Okay, so let's go into our object snaps and go to settings and make sure that node is turned on. Also, we'll use intersection for this exercise and nearest. Okay, so select OK. So let's go to our construction layer and draw a circle at any convenient radius. And what it means by any convenient radius, we'll just use the circle with the center and radius option. I'll let the center be here. Okay, any convenient radius is we just want to make sure that the circle crosses the line is what that means. Okay, so when it gets across the line, just you can just left click and place it. All right, so you notice in the figure that we have capital R and then there's capital R prime, and what it is capital R equals R prime. In other words, we could copy the circle that we just created to create R prime, which is exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to start the copy command. I'm going to select the circle that we just created and then press enter. I want the base point of my copy to be at the node, so I'll just left click when I see that, and then I want the second point to be at this intersection, the intersection of where the first circle crossed the line. Okay, and then escape to exit the copy command. Alright, so now that we've done that, we want to create a new circle with the center point at G as shown in your text. Okay, so we'll start the circle command. The center point will be at this intersection, and the edge of the circle will pass through the node. So make sure that the node object snap is turned on. And now let's copy that circle. So I'll enter the copy command, select the circle, enter, select this intersection point, and then copy it down to this intersection point. And what I've done is I've created a new intersection point here. So I can simply go to my visible layer and then draw a line from the node to this intersection point. Okay, so so this line has the same orientation as this line, and you can check it with the properties palette. You just click on the line. You can see the angle is 6.9786 from the horizontal. This one is also 6.9786. Let me remind you that the orientation could be 180 degrees different if you chose to draw the line from the intersection point here to the node. Okay, so even though you click on the line, you have 180 degrees difference because the line was drawn in the opposite direction. So be aware of that. I've mentioned that in previous videos, but I want to mention it one more time. But that's how you the construction method of creating a line parallel to another line through a point. Okay, so AutoCAD has some tools that will greatly increase this your efficiency. Okay. Oh, by the way, I said it right here in the directions, but make sure you leave all these construction circles in your work for these two examples, okay, that you'll be doing on your own. All right. So the next way to do this is to use the offset command with the through option. All right, and this is very handy. You can start the offset command by using this button on the modify panel of the home tab, or you can just simply type O and then enter at the command line. And now AutoCAD asked me to specify an offset distance. Okay, well I don't really know this offset distance. And by the way, I should mention, I can't remember if we've done this in a previous video or not, but the offset command creates a line at the same orientation offset at a certain distance from the original line. Okay, but we don't know the distance, but we have a through option. Okay, so if I click on through, now AutoCAD wants me to select the object I want to offset. Okay, so I'll select the line, and now it wants to know the through point. Well, I want this line to be placed through this point. So when I see that node, I will just left click, and now we have created a line that's exactly parallel to this one, and it passes through this point. So you'll do the same thing with this. The final one that I want to show you is to create a line through a point and parallel to another line is using the parallel object snap. Now you notice when we looked at our running object snap settings before, I did not have the parallel object snap turned on. And the reason why I just wanted to demonstrate something to you. Sometimes you want a one-time override of an object snap, and there's a way to do that. And there's a couple reasons you'd want a one-time override. If you have a lot of your running object snaps turned on and you have a really tight drawing, in other words, a lot of entities in the same place, sometimes you may find it difficult to get AutoCAD to snap where you want it to snap. It may try to snap to sorry, my computer's choking up a little bit. It may want to snap to a nearest point when you want to snap it to an end point, or it's wanting to snap to a tangent point when you want to snap to a nearest point, for example. But you can do a one-time override to force it to use one type of object snap or another. And the way to do that, you do it in the middle of a command. So like, for example, we're going to use the line command here. Our first point will be at the node. Now our second point, we're going to use the parallel object snap. Now it's not turned on, but we can use shortcut commands to do the one-time override. So the parallel override is PAR. Okay, so enter. So now the only thing AutoCAD is trying to do is to snap parallel to an object. Okay, so it's going line 2, and we want to just bring our crosshairs over this line, and sometimes it looks like zooming in and out will make it easier to see the parallel snap there. Once you see the parallel snap, and you can see parallel next to my crosshairs, swing the crosshairs around, and then you'll automatically see the tracking lines. Okay, once you see that tracking line, you can just left click, and then this line has the same orientation as this line. Again, if you draw it in the opposite direction, or maybe I drew this in a different direction, what have you, it could be 180 degrees off. So again, I'll just walk through that. So L, enter to enter the line command. I'll let my first point be at this point, and then I want to type PAR, enter, and bring my crosshairs to this line that I want to be parallel to. Once I see the parallel object snap, I don't click. I just swing this around until I see the tracking lines, then I click. Okay, so this line is oriented exactly the same as this line, but since the direction of the line was different, my angle is going to be 180 degrees difference between the two. But that's 3 different ways of performing the same maneuver in AutoCAD. And I hope this helps you out, and that concludes this video.